Well, the important thing is to pull over in a safe area. Use your turn signal so you're showing the officer that you're appropriate. Don't make any statements. Have your documents ready to hand to him so you're not fumbling with them. And if asked to do voluntary roadside, since they are voluntary, you do not have to do them. I always suggest not to do them because no matter how well you do them, the officer will say that you failed. If you refuse a breathalyzer, the Department of Motor Vehicles will get involved under the express consent law, where you can end up losing your driving privilege for anywhere from 1 to 2 years. There may be the possibility for a Colorado resident to drive early with the installation of an interlock device in their car, but it's usually a severe penalty of losing your driving privilege for a year or two, and also the refusal could be used against you in court as evidence that you knew you wouldn't pass, so that's why you refused. When you go to court, it will make a difference which county you're in, which judge you have, and which DA is prosecuting the case. Other factors such as, is this a first offense or a second offense? How high was the BA? Was there an accident or a serious traffic violation? When you go to court, you'll be advised of your rights and then make a decision on whether to plead guilty to a plea bargain, or maybe set it over to retain an attorney, or proceed to trial. Prosecution will first use any evidence as far as bad driving, whether you're weaving or speeding. The officer's observation will be used against you. Odor of alcohol, bloodshot, watery eyes, slurred speech, any statements you make, any problems with documents, your demeanor, any roadside test, any chemical test, anything that they can use to show that you were not safe to drive will be used by the prosecution. The effect on your driver's license will be you could lose your driving privilege for 9 months, 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, depending on how many prior alcohol offenses you've had, how much time has elapsed between the alcohol offenses. But you would end up losing your driving privilege for a significant period of time. Colorado residents may be able to be driving sooner than the expiration of the revocation period if they put an interlock system in their car. It would depend on the age of the particular driver and whether or not they are a Colorado resident for that, but most people will lose their driving privilege in some fashion. You would then face probation, alcohol classes, useful public service, monitored sobriety. You could be facing jail time of anywhere from 10 days to a year in jail. If your alcohol content is higher than 0.2, you would be facing a mandatory minimum of 10 days in jail. If you have multiple DUIs, you'll be facing a mandatory jail sentence. If it's a second offense, you would be facing a mandatory 10 days in jail. If it's inside of 5 years from the first offense, you wouldn't be eligible for in-home detention. If the second offense is older than 5 years from the first, the judge has the authority to allow in-home detention or the ankle bracelet, but doesn't have to. But typically there is a period of probation, monitored sobriety, and there will be some type of jail sentence, a minimum of 10 days up to a year. If it's a third offense or more, you'd be facing a mandatory 60 days in jail minimum. The judge cannot authorize in-home detention during that 60 days. You would have to do a jail sentence with the possibility of getting work release so you at least can keep your job. It would be a consecutive 60 days. You would not be able to do weekends or break that 60 days up. Most judges are giving longer than 60 days, and most counties have some type of multiple offender program which incorporates in-home detention, work release, jail, alcohol treatment, monitored sobriety, all combined in a particular program that you would be ordered to complete. Well, you would be responsible for restitution if you did not have insurance. You could face additional charges. The district attorney could charge you with careless driving with injury, which could be a separate charge leading up to a year in jail. If it's serious bodily injury, you could be facing a vehicular assault charge, which would be a felony charge, and you would be facing the potential of a prison sentence. Well, you can win a DUI case by fighting everything that the prosecution presents, whether it's driving, not driving, time of driving, drinking after driving. attacking the officer's observations as to other explanations other than alcohol, any video or audio tape that may help, any witnesses that are available that help you, people that you were in the car with, people that you were with just before driving away from a party, or people who picked you up at the police station. They could all help support your theory of the case that you were not intoxicated. Also, if there's a breath test or a blood test, you would fight the validity of that test as far as what certification did that machine go through? How did the officer run it? Are there problems with that machine? There are numerous ways of attacking DUI cases. Besides a DUI conviction, short of going to trial, you could take a plea bargain. The DUI may be dropped to the lesser included driving while ability impaired, stating that you're not substantially intoxicated, but you're at least slightly buzzed. It's an 8-point ticket. That may help some people with their driving history and keeping their license. Other times it may be a situation where the district attorney has a difficult time proving the case because the witness is not available, and they may offer you a non-alcohol plea. It's possible that they may feel like since they cannot prove the case, they may offer you to plead guilty of careless driving or reckless driving in exchange for dismissing the DUI plea and not forcing both sides to go to trial and risk getting convicted. The district attorney could also sometimes offer what's called a deferred judgment, which is a tender of plea of guilty to an alcohol case. If you stay out of trouble for a period of time and do what you're told to do, that ends up getting completely